Hello, collective, to another timeless storytelling time. Whatever brought you here, you may have caught a vibe of some kind. This is not a reading. However, take the messages however they may resonate to you, especially the folks out there who are adamant in being shot callers. This is just a little bit of information, because part of administering these channels of mine is to provide content, which I provide access for. And it's for viewing pleasures and entertainment and storytelling time and a way to access the person that provides the content. So in no means am I fulfilling the legacy of upholding the definition by labeling something that you click on in regards to entertainment and saying that that's all that is me. Yet, since this is not the type of entertainment that I provide that is about my personal life, this isn't further detail into my personal life. For that, I provide access through other means of getting to know me, the reader, in whichever way I present these energies to you, how to get more impersonalized aspects of myself that then maybe would highlight the things that I have experienced. Yet I'm also humbled to knowing that all latitude and longitude grid areas on this earthly plane is not an easy feat. And so I'm not here to blast my story, as much as I'm not here to make amends. That is my personal journey, and in the meantime, I get to play the way I've always think that I've been meaning to play. And I choose the way I provide my entertainment to whomever one it gravitates and captivates. However I want to dictate it, however it's out there for my own personal carbon footprint, that always will formulate itself to somehow, some way, being connected to me because it's coming from me. So since I deem myself responsible for showing up, I also deem myself responsible for accountability. Yet let's not be elusive to what it means to soak up information. So, parts of my channel and everywhere else that you can navigate either of my channels, you will see that more or less I will say that I am Master 7th that reads these energies for you. I am Master 7th that provides remote wellness, should you desire it. And I'm also the one that says I'm Master 7th that provides intuitive insights in case you, the one that decides to come across my vibe, catches a vibe, and feel intrigued in some way or another to play with the vibe that interests you. Yet since I said to myself and to you that I hold myself accountable to the responsibilities of at least being aware what I show up to, I'm also made very aware of what I'm accountable to and for what returns to me. So if anything that I put out then comes back to me like a boomerang with the more chaos than I put it out, that doesn't mean that what I put out deemed that negativity to be attached to it when it came back to me. Make that make sense for yourself on your own pace, at your own time. Because the only thing this means is that I'm proud of the number 7. And as an intuitive reader, I choose to utilize a resource, a word, an access point that many may know, many may not know, and it's called tarot. Do I identify as tarot? No. I don't also tell you that when I say I'm Master 7th, who is a master healer, that I identify as such. That's, however, how you can find me, because that is something, a label that I can subscribe to myself as, for as long as I'm holding myself responsible and accountable to not uphold the justifications of saying that, but making sure the carbon footprints of where they go meet up along the way. I do not have to explain myself on an emotional level, and neither should anyone else. However, everyone, more or less, resorts to a niche of some kind, such as this, and understands it might be in the niche of the esoterics, because that's a safe space to talk about the things that are difficult to talk about with anyone. So, 7th goddess is not what I am to be called. When you call me out to being 7th goddess, and you want my attention, that is not who I am. Only when you show up to the intention of wanting to be true to yourself and with yourself of your own intentions, like you can see on the 7 steps of anything, or some of the process down in the description box of most of my readings, if not all, as of late. It requires you to show up, and it requires you to show me your energy that attaches itself to what I put out. So, 7th goddess is a vibration that I intuitively tap into, and I get to share with you that frequency of what I tap into. Whether or not you receive my energy of having tapped into that label and riding that wave of curiosity, and then believe whatever you should believe or want to believe or trying to believe on what that energy means to you, understand I have absolutely nothing to do with the mental aptitude required of you reaching and drawing your own conclusions. For that, you have your sovereign right to your own mind frames of thinking. For that, you have your own mind frame of body to protect, your mental to protect, your heart space to protect, your inner inertia that I often talk about to protect, your intuition that more or less brought you here, you should protect it. The decisions that you make or have thus to make, that you protect that journey. Everything is a journey that more or less somebody who tells you honesty will deliver the truth in honest measures, because they have nothing to lose. And for those of you who get psychoanalytical about those who say they have nothing to lose, those are the ones to fear, I don't understand what that means. Because to get into a mental aptitude that requires emotional strength to get there, being able to fully understand that there is no loss in life, but a gain the more detached you become emotionally, codependently onto anything in life, is the very moment you realize you have a beautiful 360 perspective of a possibility to gain about yourself. Does that mean you figured it all out? No. It's that you finally met all versions of yourself and willing to explore what you are without being apologetic about it. So do you need permission in order to do that? No. Are the law and order placed wherever you may be to make it that much more interesting in how you get to express that of which it is that you are? That's up to your own personal journey too. But it adds to the fact that every niche on this earthly plane, from latitude and longitude lines, somehow, some way, are still fragile enough to have some sort of problem. So if you feel from my energy that I'm here to instigate all aspects of yourself to keep you in your problem, it's also a personal choice. If you label me as something due to your own cognitive dissonance or your own opinion, wisdom, lack of, or maturity, that's also your personal opinion. I'm a person who provides my artistry, and you do not have to fuck with it if you don't want to. And I'm also not going to tell you that you can't speak ill of my name, because you can do whatever you desire. Because I know the energy that I put out, and I know what energy belongs to me when it returns. So, as 7th, who has channels on social media where the username is 7thgoddess, I am just 7. And the energy that shows up to being 7, well, that's me. And I didn't require you in order to get to where I am of being me. Whoever that applies to, in the past, present, and the future. So I just want to make something clear, whatever these messages meant for whomever was the listener. As a reader, I will trigger karmic energies. As a reader, I will trigger divine possibilities. Where we are is up to us. And the proof in the pudding. There will never be enough proof in the pudding, because things are as they are. Okay, so, collective, and any listener of any shape, way, or form, I welcome you to both of my channels for the energies that I read for, which is Bastet and Sekhmet. And they have labels that have been tightened due to ancient stories. There were many names if you knew their energies to research about them. I personally, who met 7 energy, did not know the indoctrinated version, the schoolings, but that's details for the times that should I share that? Should it be part of that story to explain who I am? But that's not the part and the point of having both of my channels. That's not what I show up to. Having to prove my life to you, the stranger in my active everyday of me figuring out my 360 of my life. and why I couldn't understand the 180s along the way that get me so multifacetedly, yes, I make up words, distracted. But I always get back to myself because it took myself to leave in a direction that I was trying to explore, because a part of me wanted to explore it. That doesn't make me vile. That doesn't make me anything besides what it is that I say that I am. Yeah. So the calling for me is to share the messages that I believe in sovereignty, no matter what kind of indoctrinated grid of law and order you're feeling like you're subjective to. Because there's a dialogue happening outside, and then there's an inner inertia within you, especially if you're listening to all this. The one or two or however many. So should you make contact, should you want to go into my links that I have put effort in to make contact and with the energy that reads to you 7th, please know that impersonally, I just keep making up words, to be more personable, you may know me as various ways. My identity growing up was Sharijoyhooks, and people know me as Joy. Some may know me as Sheree. Some may know me as 7. Some may know me as 7th. And they're all aspects to a label that would get my attention should I hear them. Yet all of those labels require people to be close enough to me that they know who every one of those aspects of personalities are. And for that, no one's been interested. And that's good, because it kept me diligent in getting to know my 360. I know why I have all those different tags, and I get to, like he, hims, they, them, she, her. We get to play for the first time in infinity. And whenever you listen to this reading, this message, the vibe, may that be true for you too. With that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And should you want to either throw shade or make connection with me, based on the fact that I'm a master healer, a 14th generational master Reiki healer, and the owner and master healer of Zelle, and an intuitive reader and a major arcana frequency developer changer. Should that interest you, then read the contents of my bio in the link below, because I will discern at what cost my energy comes at making that connection to finally get connected with anyone who decides to lean into their intuition and connect with 7th energy. In the meantime, I do anticipate that the artistry of that of which it is that I share, and however it is that I share it, in the contradictions that I flow in, because the world is contradictory, in the vibe that it all is me and coming from me, and how tuned in I am for the responsibility is acknowledging how they come from me. May you take all the content in my artistry of both of my channels and anywhere else that I may share it on or have been shared on, and feel that whatever is shared from beginning to end is something that you can vibe with. If it plays with you, if it tricks you, if it leaves you feeling bitter towards me, may you heal, because no one should be uncomfortable with the presence of someone else. Collective, I'm wishing you again a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of time and space. In the description box below, you will find content on how to maneuver more or less both of my channels. And I'm wishing you a good one. May you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.